Mindfulness meditation in particular is an effective way to deal with your difficult feelings, right? We all have hard stuff that comes up. But when we practice paying attention to our thoughts, our feelings, the emotions that are happening in our body, and we become aware of those things, but we don't judge them. So we don't look at the feelings that come up and we say, oh, that's good or bad. We just allow them to be what they are. And by doing this practice, continuously training our brain to focus on what we want to pay attention to, and also focusing on that information without judgment, it really does lead us to lower anxiety, higher resilience in life. So when the bad stuff happens, we can deal with it more easily. It doesn't get to us as strongly. And it actually helps our overall health because it does improve our immune system, which right about now, that's super important as well to make sure that we're maintaining our internal health. So how can we practice mindfulness? Well, the most basic way to practice mindful meditation is to focus on your breath. And I love that because our breath is something that we always carry with us, right? We can't get away from it. It's always there. So it's always accessible. It's free. And we can use it as a tool and nobody even has to know that we're using it. So I really like that about the breath itself. So mindful breathing is really just this skill where you focus your attention on your breath. And that's it. It's super simple, but really, really powerful because it will help you to deal with stress, anxiety, negative or heavy emotions. It can even work to help you cool your temper. If you're somebody who gets flared and gets angry and that you kind of pop off that way, mindful breathing can help cool you, even physically cool the body. It will sharpen your skills for concentration. So I teach these breath work activities to my students, and they'll use them like before they go to take an exam. And they'll do the breath work and they'll get themselves focused and concentrating in the moment. So why does mindfulness work? Because we breathe all the time anyways, right? So how is this different? It's because we're intentionally focusing on our breath, being present with ourselves in the moment without any judgment, just being with as an observer to ourselves. So it works because it gives you a little bit of space between your mind, your thoughts, and your feelings, right? So oftentimes when we're triggered, something comes up, we feel the emotion really strongly. We might notice it in our body as fight or flight, where our heart starts to race or our palms sweat, our eyes dilate, and we just get ready for whatever threat has come up. Okay, so that happens all the time. That could be in traffic, that could be a test taking place, that could be a supervisor at work. Any of those triggers will come at us. As we practice this mindfulness, we can actually take a little bit of space in between that trigger happening and us reacting to it. It gives us enough space to take that breath and have a moment to respond, which gives us a little bit more choice in how we show up. Which is empowering. So anytime I can find choice and a little bit of a sense of control in this world where we don't have much of that, it seems, I'm all for it. So it also helps you to work through the unpleasant feelings that do come up because you're coming at them from a space of calm and presence. So you have a clearer mind about whatever the trigger or the issue is that you're being faced with. It gives you also an anchor. So it grounds you, it brings you back, right? Oftentimes when we get anxious, worried, afraid, our mind starts to race and just goes off, and it goes off on all of the crazy things, and it gets bigger and bigger of all the bad things that could happen, right? Like it snowballs. But mindful breathing allows you to anchor and come back to the breath, back to that which is here, right now in the present moment. And you don't get as carried away by those stressful thoughts. You're ready to focus and stay where you're at. And it can also help you to stay in the present moment. I feel like this is probably the most powerful thing it can even do for you, because when we are in the future, when we're thinking about the future, right? Because all of this stuff is happening in our minds, our thoughts. So when we're thinking about the future, we start to get anxious. We start to worry. What if? What could happen? What if I don't meet my goals? Or what if I do meet my goals? What if this happens or doesn't happen? So we worry and we can get scared. There's a lot of fear when we are projecting and looking into the future. And then when we get distracted by regrets and we look back towards the past, we look at the things that we should have, could have, would have done, that can lead to depression. That can lead to that sadness and that heaviness that keeps you just stuck and not moving forward. So when we're able to focus on our breath, become mindful, we can just be here now in this present moment. And when we're here now in this very present moment with our thoughts and our minds and our body connecting, everything is all good. Everything's okay. We're breathing, we're alive, we're well. So there's been a lot of research around mindfulness in the last 5 to 10 years, because before that, it was very much like a woo-woo type thing, or only dealt with in a spiritual realm. And that has changed. It's become much more mainstream at this point. There's a lot of research and evidence around mindfulness practices. So I just looked up one. It's from 2006. So this is actually even a while ago. It's called Mechanisms of Mindfulness. And basically what they did is they took participants and they gave them a 15-minute, that's it, really short, 15-minute breathing exercise. And then they exposed them to a series of negative images, okay? And when these people who had done the mindful breathing looked at the negative images, they had a lower emotional response, a negative emotional response or a stress response to those negative images than the people who did not do the breathing. So what that showed in that research is that by doing this focused mindful breathing, it can help you to regulate your own emotions. So to be in control of how you're feeling and what you're experiencing. So super cool. How do we do it? Right now, you guys are probably like, yeah, I want to try this now because it's going to benefit me so much and it's going to help and it's easy. So how do you do it? It's simple. You focus your attention on your breath, on the inhale and the exhale. Ideally, you're sitting comfortably with a straight back and your arms and legs uncrossed, but you can lie down as well. You might fall asleep, but that's okay. You'll be even more relaxed. You can do this with your eyes open, but most of the time people will close their eyes because it's easier to focus on what's happening inside your body when you get rid of the outside visuals. And they've found that over time, if you practice this in a regular, with consistency, so maybe you choose the first 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning or the last 5 minutes before sleep, and you just set a timer, or you use one of these amazing apps that are out there now to just set 5 minutes and do your breathing before bed. And if you do this every day, or you do this on a regular routine, then this tool of mindful breathing becomes accessible in the moments of non-practice. So whenever you're overwhelmed or triggered or stressed out, it'll click and it'll be more readily available to you to use your mindful breathing to calm yourself and bring yourself back to homeostasis. Especially when you're stressed out, anxious, angry, if you start taking deep belly breaths. So oftentimes when we get stressed out, we breathe from the upper lobes of our lungs, the top part of our chest. And when we're sleeping, the most relaxed time of our lives, when we're sleeping, we breathe from our diaphragm or our belly area. So if you'd like, you can just put your hands kind of over your diaphragm, over your belly button, and just take a couple deep breaths in through your nose, deeply bringing that air into your belly and feeling how your belly expands and your hand moves out. And then hold that for a couple seconds And then release that breath all the way out, noticing how your belly then comes in. And just do a couple rounds of that. You can start feeling into your posture. Maybe you've already closed your eyes to get a feel for it. Hand on your belly if that helps you to maintain that deep belly breathing. And just taking a couple deep breaths. Noticing what that feels like. Maybe that's a different way of breathing than you're used to. It's deeper. It's coming from a deeper part of your body. So just noticing that. And then you can simply just observe the breath. You don't have to try to change it or adjust it in any way. You can continue to focus your attention on the belly, coming in and out with your inhale and exhale. Or you might change your focus to the rise and fall of your chest. Just noticing how that changes with each inhale and exhale. Or maybe you're becoming aware of the sensation of the air moving in and out of your nostrils and feeling that coolness as it moves in and out of your body. So this is just how we start noticing. Focusing our intention here in this moment to become present and aware of our body and our breath. Now, what you'll find is that your mind is going to start to wander, okay? And that is totally normal and expected. You'll get distracted by thoughts, or you'll start to feel the pains in your body, or your stomach will start to growl because you didn't eat lunch yet, right? That's okay. That's totally normal. That's part of the practice. It's just to notice that this is happening. Notice that what you're feeling in your body. Notice the sounds that are happening around you and in your environment. Notice then your body sitting in the midst of all of that, breathing. So you'll allow all of it to come. That's okay. Just notice that it's happening. And then the practice is gently bringing your attention back to your breath, back to the rise and fall of your chest or your belly or the air through your nostrils. And that's it. That's the simple practice. So let's try it. Let's get into a meditation together. I'll guide you through. You just have to listen to the sound of my voice and breathe. So find a relaxed, comfortable position if you haven't already. Seated on a chair or the floor or your bed. Keeping your back upright, but not rigid, just comfortable. Hands can rest wherever they're comfortable. I choose to put them in my lap with my palms facing up to receive. Your tongue is on the roof of your mouth or just resting in your mouth. And your eyes are closed at this point, if you're comfortable with that. And just notice and relax your body. Maybe trying to even notice the shape of your body in this space, the weight and pressure of your body. Just let yourself begin to relax in this moment and become curious about this physical body seated here, feeling the sensations that the body experiences, the touch, the connection with your bottom in the seat or your feet on the floor. And just choose in this moment to send relaxation to any area that's coming up in your body that's tight or tense. And just breathe into that space. As you tune into your breath, feel the natural flow in and out. You don't need to do anything to your breath. It's not long, it's not short, it's just right. Just natural, your breath. Just noticing where you feel this breath enter your body. It might be in your belly, chest, throat, nostrils. And just try and see if you can feel the sensations of breath. That slight awareness of the feeling of air passing in and out. One breath at a time. When one breath ends, allow the next breath to begin. Just aware of the sensations of breathing. And as you're keeping your awareness lightly and gently on your breath, you are breathing mindfully in this present moment. Breathing in. I know I am breathing in. Breathing out. I know I am breathing out. Now, as you're doing this, your mind may start to wander. You might start thinking of other things. That's normal. That will happen. That's not a problem. It's very natural. Just notice that your mind has wandered. That's the practice. And you can even say, when you notice this, thinking or wondering softly to yourself. And then as you've noticed the wandering or the thinking, just gently redirect your attention back to the breath. Just letting your full awareness be on the breath as it comes in and as it goes out. Just noticing the familiar rhythm of your breath. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. So just stay here for a moment. I'll mind the time for you and just notice your breath in silence. From time to time, you'll get lost in thought, and that's okay. When you notice it, just return your attention back to the breath in this present moment, knowing there is nowhere else for you to be, nothing else for you to do. Just breathe. And taking a deep belly breath. Once again, bring your attention to noticing your whole body, your entire body seated here now. And we're going to expand our mindfulness to include this entire body now by imagining a warm, orange glow of energy moving into your feet. And as you continue to breathe deeply and mindfully, allow this relaxing glow of energy to move through your toes, ankles, calves and shins, Feeling this warmth and relaxation move into your knees and thighs. And breathe deeply as this relaxing glow moves into your hips and pelvic region. Inhaling and bringing this energy up into all of your internal organs, heart, lungs, stomach, intestine. Just letting it massage your body with relaxation. The energy moves into your lower back, chest, heart, upper back, shoulder blades. Just opening you up to more space, more relaxation. Breathe deeply and allow the energy to move up the back of your neck and shoulders, up over your head, forehead, and down over your eyes, cheeks, and tongue. Just letting all of these tiny muscles in your face to relax. This energy moves down your shoulders, upper arms, into your forearms, wrists, and fingers. And on your next exhale, allow the energy to release any tension from your body as it moves out of your fingertips and leaves you feeling completely relaxed. Taking some deep, mindful breaths as we bring this meditation to an end, keeping your eyes closed for just a little while longer. And take a moment to notice how you are feeling now. Feel into your body, your mind, your spirit. And if you like, you can place your hand over your heart and offer gratitude for this time that you took for yourself today to be present and to breathe, bringing yourself back into balance. So slowly coming back into the room, gently moving your body, becoming aware of it in the chair, and then opening your eyes whenever you're ready. Noticing what feels different now.